Hello, ritestreamers. I'm Kenny, the social media and community manager for ritestream. And today I'm very, very lucky to introduce Joseph. Joseph has just joined us as our new CSO, our Chief Strategy Officer. Welcome, Joseph.
Thank you so much, Kenny. Hi, everyone. And thanks for all the welcomes I've been getting from everyone. Well, from not everyone, but from those guys who reached out to me. You know, happy to be here, excited to be here. I've been here since January. I've been quietly watching and observing everything and hitting the ground running. But yeah, good to be here.
Absolutely.
Finally,
yeah, exactly. With the cat's out the bag, and now we can actually say, here you are, because you've kind of been behind the scenes, keeping your head down and working hard.
I wanted to stay behind the scenes. You know, I really wanted to stay behind the scenes. I just, but I guess finally I had to come out and say hi to everyone.
Exactly. And I got to say, you're very lucky because we have a really, really outstanding community, as you know, and they're very welcoming, and everyone's really happy to have you join us and be on board with the project. It means a lot to all of us and our community. So yeah.
All right, great to be here.
All right, so let's get going. Let's get a introduction about yourself and your background. Can you share with us your journey and your experiences that led you to become the CSO of ritestream?
CSO, I've always been a product guy. I started my career with Nokia, product R&D way back. And some of you are old enough to know Nokia, right? So I used to report to HQ in Finland, but I was based here in Asia. I'm based in Singapore. So yeah, I was always doing stuff like that, and from there I progressed on. I remember at that time I was telling the folks in Nokia that the future is really going to be, and this was before iPhone came out, right? The future is going to be a phone where you could do all this stuff and check the internet, and they were laughing. They said nobody wants their computer in their phone. All right, nobody wants that. People just want to take pictures and make movies on their phone. I was like, okay, and then eventually, of course, the iPhone came out, and they were left behind and all that. But I left after that. Then I was with the university for a while. I was teaching the master's program in Singapore. And that was around the time the iPhone came out, the first one. So that was really exciting times for me. And then helped my friend's company, which was going bankrupt at the time. So they said, please help me. So I helped them, and within a year, we were acquired by WPP, one of the second largest advertising marketing company in the world. So they acquired them within 1 year of helping them, and that was a really good ride. And they had the biggest accounts, right? They had Xbox, Microsoft, and all that kind of thing. And that's how I got into Microsoft. I started helping Microsoft Enterprise, again, for APAC region, for go-to-market. And then eventually they said, look, you got to help us with Xbox, because I was so heavy into analytics at that time. And at that time, nobody was looking into data and analytics, right? So I started helping them for APAC again. And I worked on Halo, and I worked on Mass Effect, the launches in Asia Pacific. And again, I've always been a data guy, looking at analyzing things and strategy, and not just strategy, but also implementing stuff. I'm very, very hands-on. I'm not like some of those strategy guys that here's a strategy and you know what, go and fix it. I look into execution. After that, I was headhunted to Grab. Grab is like the Uber for Southeast Asia. And I was head of R&D over there. And my job mandate was 2 words: kill Uber. And we did it in 2 years. We kicked Uber out of Southeast Asia in 2 years. And a lot of the strategies came from my team. And so that was really intense, right? Really, really intense, because we were a small company and they were huge, juggernaut, and we managed to beat them, right? Simple strategies, simple techniques. Don't overcomplicate things, and get it done. So then after that, in 2018, I got into Web3. I invested in a crypto YouTube channel to just understand how the space works and how everything was working, and that was really exciting experience. I've been involved in a few Web3 projects which did really, really well, like some that did 50x, some that did 100x, and one that did 800x. I exited at 500x, because I was part of the team, so I knew what was going on, right? So I knew to hold, So again, lots of experiences on how to actually take a project to that height, right? To those levels. I was with Enjinstarter for a while because I was an investor. And I was like, guys, you got to do better than this. I kept complaining to the CEO, who was a friend of mine. He said, bro, why don't you just come in and help? So I said, okay, I'll help. So I told him that I'll help you. I'll get you to number one ROI launchpad in the business, and then I'll leave. So I did that in March of 2023. That was last year. I got Enjinstarter to number one. We're doing average 5x in the bear market. Simple strategies, again, simple execution. Just give the investors consistent returns in and out. That's what crypto is about, right? And then I was helping another Web3 entertainment TV project, right? I won't mention which one. I was helping them when they were really small cap. I was helping them for a while, and I, got a taste of this. And then I knew Riaz from way back. I was one of the early investors in ritestream. So I met up with him again in December. I say, Riaz, I can really help you. I've got some strategies here, some things that can really take ritestream to the next level. And I showed him some of the things, and he said, mate, you got to come in. And he gave me a contract the next day, and here I am. Came in, started fixing a lot of things, and I said, look, Riaz, you got to give me the mandate to get things done and to do what I need to do. And he said, yeah, do what you need to do. So that was that, and that's how I ended up here. That's the story.
That's it. And here we are today. And I tell you what, we're in a very different place since you joined, and we've come a long way. We were building through the bear season, and now you've come at the right place at the right time, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was a pun, by the way. I'm sorry.
Right. It's all right. Yeah. So look,
all right.
Yes, when I came in, scanned the scene, I didn't want us to be another Hello, right? I didn't want the same playbook, okay? Because of a few reasons, right? I love hype. Hype is amazing. We need hype, okay? But I always feel that you got to have that foundation of utility, okay? You got to have that firm foundation of utility. And when I came in, I was like, you know what? That's what we need to fix. Let's fix the utility. Let's get everything tied to the token. Let's introduce, let's see how we can get it all working. I kind of like introduced the 5 pillars and how each pillar can work with the token. Of the 2 pillars I'm most proud of is the right fund and the Kryptonite's launchpad, which I can talk about later, and why this is so important for ritestream, how that's going to be one of the foundation pieces. Getting all those fixed, getting the staking in, I felt we really had to get staking set up quickly, but you can't get staking set up and expect people to just stake. They need to see why they need to stake, right? What's the reason? So that's why we had to sell that story about the utility and what we're going to do and how your token stake can really, really help you. And it was amazing response from the community, right? I think the first pool was filled up like within, I don't know how fast it was. It was really, really fast. And we're still growing every day. Every day, new people are staking. We're going to hit 50 million soon. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, right? I mean, our utility hasn't really kicked in yet. So I really wanted to get the foundation laid down strong and solid. And I was the one who delayed the night's announcements, right? And everyone was like, when are we going to announce the night? I said, no, we're going to delay it. We're going to wait. I want us to be stronger. I want us to have everything in place. And I feel we're almost ready right now. We're getting ready now for the Kryptonite's crowdfund sale, the RWA NFT sale, where you can invest in the show. And if you guys invest in the show, the NFT you buy gives you airdrops in every token, every project that's going to be on the show. We'll talk about this later. So that's the exciting thing. So that's the marketing campaign we're planning. I wanted us to have a strong marketing campaign with a clear call to action, right? And then on top of that, we build up all that hype news. And that's where we can go up and stay up, right? Rather than bump and then dump, So that's why I came in and really wanted to fix all these things, and we restructured the company. I'm used to having, a team around me that can execute fast, right? I don't care who your competition is. If you have a team that knows how to execute, can execute fast and more effectively in the competition, you'll win. That's number one. And the second thing is, if you have the ammunition, if you have the funds and the money, you can outlast anybody. That's why right fund is so important. Okay, so these are the things I really want to set in place. And of course, the burn mechanism. And of course, we had that hack. So we needed to fix all those things as well. Sort out the circulating supply. I know people keep asking about the circulating supply question. We want to get this sorted out as well. It's more than the 150. I'm going to tell you now, it's more than that. We're going to start releasing the news. We have some things we need to sort out with CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. There's some discrepancy there, but I think this question is going to come up, so I just want to say it up front. We have to reconcile with them. A lot of things to start out with after the hack. So the team is moving really, really as fast as they can to get the information out there. All right. So this is a top priority for us as well before the campaigns start to kick in, because once the campaigns kick in, we're going to have new people coming in, and we need to be transparent about all these things. We need to be super clear about all these things, right? The community is going to be there with us, and we're going to be, open and frank with the community, because if we don't let the community win, we can't win, right? So those are the plans. Those are the things that we're trying to get everything sorted out. And I hope I answered the question. I think I went about a long-winded way.
That was, I mean, you actually touched on some of the questions I was going to bring up. I can pop them up here, but you can already tell me if it's relevant. So as the new CSO, like, what is your strategic vision for ritestream, and how do you plan to achieve it? And you've touched on those. You mentioned the 5 pillars. You've mentioned right fund being one of your proudest ones, and the Crypto Nights Launchpad being, your babies, the most you're proud of. But tell us about your overall, strategic vision.
All right. So let's just be frank about things, right? We're here in crypto because I think we love the space, but we're also here to make money, So, right. And that's one of the most exciting things about crypto. It's so rich in that sense, right? There's so many opportunities, but how do you get into the right opportunities? So my vision for what we're doing here, especially with the Crypto Night show, and that's going to be a big part of the whole vision, is creating an ecosystem where everybody in the community can get rewarded. With Crypto Nights, what we will be able to do is we'll be able to introduce and showcase projects, right? And I come from the launchpad side of things. I know where to source these projects. I know where to source and pick out some good projects. I know who are the people who have the best of the best projects out there. And that's what we're going to shortlist. And if we can have a platform like this show, which is going to go out to 100 million households or more, okay, it's actually going to be more than that, on premium streaming, right? That's going to give these guys a major platform for exposure, all right? And that's going to give us a chance now to really be one of the best launchpads out there. Seriously, because who else is going to have a platform like that? Who else is going to have such a big marketing platform? So we got to make sure we get these projects which we know, with or without the show, they're going to pop in those months, right? And then help them, set them up for success. It's not just going to be a show, tell me who you are, what you do, okay, I like it, I don't like it, invest it. No, we are going to get them ready for success, right? We're going to fix their tokenomics. We're going to get them this KOL support. We're going to get all these things sorted out, so that when they're on the show, we got to make sure they succeed. Of course, there'll be some which are there for humor, right? But most of them will be, some of the most cutting edge projects in the space, So my vision for this is, use the show to elevate everything, And of course, we want to present everything in a way that even the Web2 communities can come and watch. And Riaz and his production team are masters at storytelling, right? So leave that to them to figure out, But beyond that, how ritestream can impact the industry on the whole, right? The entertainment industry, which is suffering right now, which needs a change, right? Which needs democratization, and which needs the content creators and the fans to come together and push back against, a lot of these studios and all that who are killing storylines, killing IPs and all that, right? And now is the time where fans and creators can come together, and create something meaningful. And with ritestream and All Rights is the sister company of ritestream, which is going through due diligence right now for a NASDAQ listing. They have distribution, they have the infrastructure. I think we're set up for success. And the reason why I can see some of the questions, hey, if we have so much utility, if we have so much things going on, why is it people don't know about it? Well, we haven't started the marketing yet, right? Let's get the foundations in place. Let's get the content in place. Let's get the campaigns ready. Let's get the KOLs in. And then very, very soon, this month, you see, we'll start shouting it out. Okay, so hang in there, guys. Just hang in there. We don't want to do things in a haphazard way. We got to do things in a strategic way. We got to plan this out properly. We got to bring in the right people, the right channels, and do it the right way. Like George always says, George has become a good friend of mine, in the group. We talk a lot. George always says that, got to do it at the right time. So it's coming. Okay, so my vision is this, right? Bring something brand new into Web3, bring that launchpad concept to a whole new level, use the show to magnify and like do a launchpad on steroids. And at the same time, for the Web2 world, redefine how entertainment works using Web3. That's what I'm looking at.
Couldn't have said anything better. Like you got all of that out excellently. So let's kind of like delve a bit more onto Kryptonites and how it can do that for the community, the ritestream community. Could you explain the concept of it and the benefits, like the key benefits, I'd say, for the creators and investors?
All right. So Kryptonites Launchpad and the Right Fund. Basically, what is it? Okay. I'll explain to you this product in a very simple way. All right. And why this is so important for our community and why they will be so thankful to be part of this. Okay. I'm going to ask everyone here in the community, right? What if you could see into the future? You could go into the future, 4 months into the future. The show is live in Q3. All right. We finished filming in May. The show is live and you're watching this show, and this show is on a premium streaming channel. It's going out to hundreds of millions of people all over the world. People are watching it. We've got a whole bunch of KOLs shilling it. And you're watching the show and you're seeing, you're watching and seeing which projects are pumping, which are not, right? Because literally, I'm going to tell you, you're going to see some projects really going crazy, going ballistic. What if you could go 4 months into the future and watch all these things and then come back to today? What would you do if you had that information? The answer is simple. You'll buy the tokens which are pumping, correct? That's basically what you will do. Everyone will do that if you could see in the future. And that's basically what the Kryptonites Launchpad and Right Fund is. Basically, it's a way for our community to get in, invest in these projects, and get themselves locked in before the huge marketing hype comes in. Okay. Why? Because we are locking in with these guys, we're locking in at a discount, and we're going to share that with the community. Now, we could have kept this for ourselves. But that's not how crypto works. That's not how Web3 works, right? You got to share the wealth with the community. They're sitting with us, they're staking for 6 months, they're going through this period where we're just going sideways or sometimes going down, they're suffering through this, right? So they have to be rewarded, right? We got to make sure we have a way for them to be rewarded. And if we have this vehicle, a show like this, why not design the whole utility around it? Why not let the whole community benefit from this, and take advantage of this? And that's the benefit of what you guys being here today, right? You're coming in early, right? Because it's going to be really, really hard in the future to take advantage of this. All right, so you're at the ground floor. So, that's why I love the Kryptonites Launchpad. That's why I love Right Fund, because it's a way for the community to benefit, right? Especially with a show like this,
Yeah.
I hope that answers.
I mean, it does. And I was literally about to pull it up. And every single time you tap into the next question.
Oh, really?
How does it complement? How does Right Fund complement the Kryptonites Launchpad? And what unique opportunities does it offer to investors? Like you've already touched on it. It's like you're, yeah.
So the difference between Right Fund and Kryptonite's Launchpad, people probably are wondering what's the difference, right?
Yeah.
So the Right Fund is for people who are staking 500K or more, okay? And the trade-off is this. The guys in the Right Fund, they put in the money now, okay? So they're locking in the money earlier, but they get bigger benefit because they're putting in the money earlier. The Crypto Knights Launchpad is for the community with staking 500,000 or less, but you put in the money closer to the show, okay? Is the benefits as great as the Right Fund? Of course not, because they're putting money earlier, right? So they get the best discounts, the bigger allocations, and all that kind of stuff, you know? But everybody wins. That's the trade-off here. Which one you want? You don't mind locking in now, then come into the Right Fund. Come into the private group. We've got some amazing people coming in. I've got some people coming in who didn't know anything about ritestream, but they heard about the Right Fund and they contacted me and they said, I want to be part of it. I've seen this, some of the oldest wallets in crypto, some of the most influential people in the space. If you look who's staking, mostly big wallets, mostly the really, really big wallets coming in, right? You know, so these guys are smart. They see what's happening here, right? So, but like I said, we want to take care of whales because that's going to be important for us because they put the money in now and they give us the strength and power we need. And then we also want to take care of the community because without a community, there's nothing, right? So these are the two things.
Absolutely. And I mean, you even touched on this as well, that there are two that kind of cover all the bases for every type of investor, big and small, and everyone's rewarded. So we have different tiers, and everyone in those tiers are rewarded for just believing in the project and joining us on the journey.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, I want you guys, all of you, you know, to be able to take advantage of what the show brings. You know, we're going to have 40 to 50 projects coming onto the show, right? I have some of the best scouts and the best due diligence guys in the business, okay, who are working with me every day to pick out some of the best projects. Don't you want to come in early? Don't you want to get advantage? Do you want to be able to take advantage of that? Come on, right? Yeah, it's all about entertainment. It's all about ecosystem. These two things are going to be.
And that's it, because like I want to ask, how important is community in the success of projects like Crypto Knights? It's, you know.
Yeah, let the community win. Let the community win. We can keep all the allocation for ourselves, right? But that's not how crypto works. Everybody has to win. You know, when I was with Xbox around this time, I was really big into the gaming world and I worked with some of the biggest games out there, right? And there was one game I was working with. It was a free-to-play game. That game was doing $1 million a day in revenue, okay? Every day, free to play, right? And 98% of the gamers were free. Only 2% were paying customers. 2% was bringing $1 million a day, okay? Right? And how we brought in all these big guys coming in. There's one guy who was paying us $1 million a month to play the game. We literally had to fly down to Saudi Arabia, set up the account because he wanted the villages that were, he controlled a few villages in his kingdom. I don't know what it was. He was a prince. He controlled his villages. He wanted everybody in that village to have an account, and we had to fund the account with money so that he had the biggest, baddest kingdom or army in the game. He was untouchable. Okay. Right. So how did a game like this, which is a free-to-play game, how did they get, you know, these big whales coming in and buying and spending so much money on the game, right? The answer is simple. These guys come in if there's a big community. If there's a big community, they want to come in. Why do you wear a Patek Philippe watch? So that people can see that you're wearing a Patek Philippe. But I think my Seiko can tell pretty much the same time, right? Why do you drive a Ferrari when my Toyota can get A to B at the same time as you, especially in Singapore roads? You can't drive any faster than me. So why do you drive a Ferrari? Why? Because of the audience. So 98% were free, but they came in because they have a massive audience and they want to be seen as gods and kings in this ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? So community is so important. You gotta take care of everybody in the community because each one plays a role. Even though you can only spend $50 on allocation, everybody plays a very important role. We got to take care of that guy as well, so that he can, have his day. All right. So community is crucial.
Absolutely, and it kind of goes into everything. I mean, you even brought it up to us earlier about your conversations with community members. Very famous community member George, who's always stopping by to educate and help out.
There's so many of them. A lot of them on this chat right now.
So many, and Martin as well. There's a lot of people who come in. Everyone who will know who we're talking about if you're in the community. Everyone knows them
as well.
Yeah. How does ritestream incorporate the community feedback into its strategy and product development? Because you said from the get-go you were always listening to these guys.
So this is one of my strategies from early on in my career, right? I call it deep hanging out, right? And even in my days in Grab, I was hardly in the office. I was always hanging out with the drivers. I was hanging out with the customers. I feel that you've really got to listen to the pulse of the community, because they will guide you down the right path. So I don't just talk to one guy like George. No, of course not, because he'll have his one view. I have to talk to a mix of people, and I have to take that information and process that information and understand, okay, George belongs to this category, this guy belongs to this category, Martin is this category, Jordan is like this, and he represents this. And I get to understand a bit of everybody in the community, and I have to weigh those decisions very carefully, right? Because we have to make a choice on where we're going, but I can't just make it good for this guy. I have to have a balanced approach, you see? So then when I come up with the strategies and thinking, I go back to them and say, hey guys, I heard you. What do you think about doing this? And I bring it to every one of them, right? And again, I hear all this feedback, I take it back again, or adjust it again, and I come back again. And then George would say, but why this? I said, George, I have to take care of these guys as well. And these guys say, but why this? I have to take care of these guys as well. And then they understand what I'm trying to do here, you see? So it's always about finding that solution that, is a win-win for everybody. It's impossible to find a perfect solution, but the more I talk to you guys, the more I hear from you, the better we can do, the better our strategy becomes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have the answers. I don't. I've learned long time ago in my career, I don't have all the answers. I don't see all the angles. I can't predict the future. But the more I talk to you all, the more I hear from you, the better I become at my job. So for me, deep hanging out is crucial. But it takes a lot of effort, A
lot of late nights.
A lot of late nights, 4 hours sleep a day, a lot of effort, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder how you do it all,
Yeah, I'm used to it. I think at my age, you just need less sleep. I'm sometimes talking to Kenny at 3 a.m. in the morning. Kenny, we got to do this, we got to do that. And I'm back up again at 7 a.m. Yep. Martin is in UK. I'm messaging him at 3 a.m. He said, why aren't you sleeping? I said, Martin, I just got to ask you this question. What if we did this? What do you think?
Yeah.
So it's all good. I love it.
Crypto truly, it's true. It never sleeps, does it? And you certainly don't either, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, like I said, I guess I don't know why when you get older, you're all right. You don't need that much sleep.
It's always like that. It's either when you're older or when you're younger. So it's like when you're younger or older, but when you get in the middle, when you're in your 30s, it's like, oh, I'm tired. In my experience, I'm just talking from personal experience. Everyone else's experience may differ. Anyway,
one question. I see this one question for NFT Schiller. Right? Don't mind if I jump there.
I mean, you can. I mean, we'll take all the questions at the end. But if there's one that really jumps out at you, you can.
Yeah. He asked a really good question. You say, what would prevent this from being like Hello Token, which we watched it dump? Okay, so that's a good question. It's leading to what we've been talking about, right? So you can have a lot of hype, and that gets everybody crazy, and that takes the token price to whole new level. But what happens after that? People are just sitting and waiting for what? They're waiting for the exit. They're waiting for that news to come in, but that news is already priced in, and then people are sitting and waiting and wondering. And once the news happens, they start to sell, right? But they think, oh, the news will come in and it will pump, but actually it's the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have, so that's why when I came in, right, I didn't want this to be like that. I didn't want that scenario. And that's why I say, guys, stop with all the hype news for now. Focus on utility. Get the utility going. Once you have the utility holding you up, right, and getting transactions in. Right now, we only have staking, which is not good enough. We need to start having transactions. We got to start the sale for the Kryptonite launchpad, the crowdfunding for the Kryptonite show, the NFT sales for that. Like I said, you guys will love the NFTs. You buy the NFT, you're going to get airdrops of almost every project that's going to be on the show, season 1. Okay, so we're going to have these transactions coming in. People will see that this is what you have, and that's why people will start transacting and buying into this and buying into the token, not because of this crazy hype, right? And once that is going, you have that floor holding up the price, and then when you have the hype and the token price comes in and people come in because of the hype, I can take these people and convert them into, hey guys, since you're in here, why don't you get into this? Why don't you stake this? Why don't you buy that NFT? Why don't you lock it in so you can get into this? We have all these things, the products and campaigns they can get into, right? So that's why we had to come up with an ecosystem with so many possibilities of things happening. We can have the crowdfund sale for the Kryptonite show. Then maybe a month later, we have the crowdfund for the new show. We're talking to the agent of Al Sapienza. He was from The Sopranos. He was in Suits. He's in season 2 of Reacher. He wants to do a new show and do a crowdfund, so we can do that. So people have all these things they can do. And when they come in because of the hype, they're sitting around waiting and wondering. Instead of waiting and wondering what to do about the price, they can start buying into these things. They can start staking, they can start locking up. And that drives up the volume, drives up the utility. And that prevents the thing from tanking. If I just do hype today, and we can, I tell you guys one thing right now, we can release some hype news today that will blow our competition out of the water. But I'm not going to do that. Why? Because if we do it now, we pump and we will dump. And we want to avoid that. Just like what NFT Schiller said, we want to avoid this situation, but it calls for patience, okay? It calls for building that foundation and rolling these things out. I'm not talking about patience 1 year. I'm talking about, you know what? We're just weeks away from things. Pre-production has started, okay? Sizzle Reel is coming out. Production work is going to start next month. Filming is going to be in May. So guys, we're just around the corner, okay? Don't look at the chart every minute, every second. Just chill and relax.
Touch grass. Touch some grass, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you're absolutely you hit the nail on the head on that, Joseph. And I think a lot of our community, I think most of our community are in it for the utility in the long term. They're in it for the long term. They see the potential for it. Whenever I go into the Telegram, it's always filled. I'm always overjoyed when I see the community talking and speculating and sharing their love for the project, and they really see the vision of.
But not too long. Not too long.
Not too exactly.
Long. Not too long as well. Right?
And along that journey, we've actually done. We've made a few friends along the way.
Right.
Could you discuss any potential partnerships or collaborations that ritestream is exploring to expand its ecosystem? A couple of announcements were out a week or so ago, right?
Yeah, 100%. I'm super excited with some of the partnerships we're talking to, partners we're talking to. Andromeda, like we announced that, they have one of the best deal flows in the business. They go in early to do some of the best projects out there. I really wanted to work with them and lock them in as a partner, not just for that, but introductions to potential partners and, again, potential funds as well. We also announced Ferrum, which has got a good community. We can do our crowdfunding with them as well. But I'm talking to some of the partners we're talking to. They have massive communities. They have access to wallets. And it's going to be time for the rest of the crypto world to know that Crypto Nights is coming, that this show is coming, that you can actually invest with the Nights, that you can actually interact, and then we have multiple shows coming, right? So it's really important to find these communities who have access to these wallets, who can showcase us, who can elevate the project to a whole new level. I really practically want everybody in Web3 to know about us. pretty soon. Okay, and we're selecting our partners this way. At the same time, we're talking to some partnership with access to some of the best KOLs out there, right? I know we've been having some little AMAs here and there, and all that, and people are saying, "Hey, how about this name? How about that name?" Yes, these things are coming. Okay, I've been talking to some really interesting people, some really interesting names. All right, all this will come in due time, right? So, like I said, even though we are harping about utility right now, I am a firm believer in hype. Okay, hype plus utility is going to be the killer combination for us, right? So these partnerships will be good, and some other partnerships as well is to also help the projects to succeed, right? Partners which can fast track them to exchange listing, partners who can give them grants, partners who can help them with their tokenomics, partners who can make sure that when they launch at the time of the show going live, then we're going to showcase projects. If you're going to be on our show, your token has to be live. All right. If your token is not going to be live in a year, then you come in for season 3. Okay, don't waste our time. Right? There has to be a clear call to action, right? But we're going to make sure and help you to be successful. And we're going to have some meme coins as well, some really interesting stuff. So these are the kind of partnerships we're looking at. I see one question that pops out of my eye from Eduardo, right?
Okay.
Do you mind? Sorry, I'm just going on. I like to freestyle.
Right. Mate. Play by the rule books. You're a maverick. Let's go.
All right. So what other projects in crypto have you worked with? I can't let you know these projects because I signed a very strict NDA and it'd be but like I said, I worked with projects that it did 800x, 100x, 50x. Okay. Why did I leave? Okay. So why did I leave is because I like to set the foundation. I like to set systems for projects to be successful. Okay. And once I set it up in place, I want the team to be able to take over and to be able to handle it. All right. I'm at a stage in my life where I don't need to be the center of the project, but I want to empower everybody in the team. And you ask everybody in ritestream, I am here to empower everybody in the team. I want them to be able to do 5 times, 10 times more or better than they can do. So I like to set systems in place. I like to empower people in the team. I like to challenge them to be able to do it. And once the system and process is in place, and the company can scale, that's when they don't really need me anymore, you see? And that's when I can step back, and I love taking projects in that journey, But once we hit that point where, you know what, they don't really need me anymore. Why do I need to hang around? I can stay around as an advisor. I can continue guiding and see things from that helicopter view and that distance. But for me, then the excitement is gone because I want to see everybody grow up and everybody being able to handle each of the bits. And I'm like, I like to train everybody in the team. I spend a lot of time. Kenny, you know that. I spend time with you. I spend time with Aman. I spend time with everybody in the team. I'm in meetings after meetings, guiding, teaching, explaining. And I want you to be better than what you are right now. I want you to feel that growth, being in this company. So once that point happens, it's like a parent watches a child grow up. Do I really need to be so involved? Do I really need to hang around? I can and give you advice and guide, but I'd love to go on to the next new challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Brilliant. I can tell, Joseph, you're itching to get to those live chats. So let's just try to end it on this one, and then we'll go to live. How does that sound?
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So this is the big one. Everyone's been waiting for. Can you elaborate on the RWA NFT sale for Crypto Nights and what the NFT offers, particularly in utility and value creation? You've touched on it, but let's just end with a bang on this big one here.
Okay, so we're going to announce this, start announcing this on Monday. Okay, so basically what's going to happen, all right, is that you get a chance to invest in the show. Okay, right? And how you do it is through these RWA NFTs. Okay, and by holding these RWA NFTs, by buying into it, okay, you get a whole ton of benefits. And one of the biggest benefits, like I said, is you get a collection of the tokens of the projects which are going to be on the show. Okay, right? and that's really one of the biggest benefits out there. How much allocation can you get in these NFTs? Well, there's the seed round, there's the private round, and then there's the public round. The seed round is for people who are staking 500,000 and above. Okay. I've already started approaching people in that range. Okay. And we've already getting orders for that. Okay. All right. The private round is for our community. Okay. Those are staking 500,000 or less. Even the seed round people can come in, but they don't need to. Right. So you can come in. The more you stake, the more allocation you get, the more of these NFTs you can get. The more of these NFTs you hold, the more drops you get. Okay. From the projects that are going to be on the show. All right. And that's really one of the most exciting benefits out there. Other benefits you will have is like, if you're holding that NFT, we're going to take the whole season one. We're going to break it up into video NFTs, and we'll do random drops. Okay, so you'll get a whole bunch of video NFTs as well. You can also get access. I mean, the whole bunch of benefits will come out, tangible and intangible. This is going to be really, really exciting. And we're going to start announcing it on Monday. I think we have dates lined up for whitelisting. The whitelisting will happen soon. I think 29th of March, the whitelisting should happen. But we're going to start promoting this, and we're going to reach out to partners and other communities as well, so they can take part in the sales. So we'll have the public round as well. The public round is really for anybody outside our community to come in and also invest in this. Okay, but they don't get the price that our community gets, the seed and the private. All those who stake, I have to make sure we take care of you, we reward you. You get the best discounts, okay? So that's really the best deal out there because you're staking, okay? But then we want we want outsiders to come in as well. They don't have to stake, but they can buy it, but they don't get a discount you get. And it's good for us that way because then we can expose this to many different communities out there. And then they can get to know us as well, and they can ape in as well to us. And the best part is that when they come in and they invest in this RWA NFT for Kryptonites, we will have that burn mechanism, right? So the burn mechanism is 100% going to happen, guys. Okay, you'll see it very, very soon. All right, and we're serious about this. Okay, we're serious about this. Every time we do a sale with this show, that show, season 1, season 2, whatever, there'll be a burn mechanism. But there'll be a bigger burn mechanism if it's going to be a public round. Okay, so that's their contribution to our ecosystem. They come in, they pay a higher price, okay, much higher than what our community will pay, but we can burn more thanks to them. All right, so that's what this is about.
Brilliant. Now, the main event. I know you've been jumping to get to the live questions from the community. So guys, if you haven't already, leave a comment, and we'll pop it up. If Joseph wants to answer it, we'll pop it up, and we'll answer the question for you. So yeah, if you have anything you want to ask, anything at all.
Before you pick out a question for me, all right? But before that,
you can pick which you can go first. You can pick because you seem to like you're already active. You're already like, come on, pull that up, let's go. So if there's one that really stands out to you, just let me know which one, and I'll put it up for you, mate.
CryptoPure, why is there no interest in token while so many utilities are made public? Made public to you, right? But the outreach campaign to other communities and all that hasn't really happened yet. Okay, so we're working with different communities. We're trying to get all this marketing materials and campaigns ready. We're getting all these KOLs to amplify and put it out there. We wanted to get our house in order first. And 1 or 2 things we still need to sort out. Okay, once that is done, then we have all the systems to scale and take advantage of it. Let's get it out there, and you guys help us share and retweet as much as you can. Okay, and you will see the difference when that happens. You will know. Now everything is quiet, but there's a time for building and getting ready, and time for shouting it out loud. So that will happen. Okay, the team should list on main exchanges and create awareness. Yep. We're talking to some of the tier 1 exchanges right now, and they're telling us what we need to do in terms of volume and stuff like that. So we're exploring that. We definitely want to create awareness with them, and not just them, but other big big investment communities. We have tons of wallets and do AMAs and stuff with them and co-marketing with them. By all means, we want to do that, but we want to be able to have a clear call to action, a clear value proposition to bring. And what better than, hey, we're doing a Shark Tank show, Crypto Nights, and you guys can invest in it here. Come in. The public sale is open. All right. Next question. I'm going very fast. Martin, 16x in 2 months. What's next? I think there's a lot next. Right. Looking what we have, I'm super excited. Okay. There's a lot next. Okay. So just gotta get our ducks in a row, get our plans in place, and it's looking exciting. Gilmar, hi. We had a good chat a few weeks ago. All right, good seeing you again. Any guess on the ex-CEO of a big? All right, Gilmar, I'm not going to answer that question.
Yeah, you can't answer that one.
Just rumors right now. These are just rumors, Gilmar. Okay, we're talking to some really interesting people. Don't worry about Knights for now. Okay, it's a mistake announcing Knights too early. We should save it for later. Later on, I'll explain to you why you should not announce Knights too early. Okay, it's important to be patient. All right. Next thing, I have staked 140K Knight. Don't exactly know how the allocation works. Yeah, we're still trying to figure it out ourselves, but it's very, very linear. It's basically simple formula. The more you stake, the more allocation. It really depends on how much total allocation is there, how much total people are staking, and then we can come up with the formula, okay? But we want to keep it super simple. Stake more allocation, okay? It's not random, all right? That's how it works. To invest with the Knights on the projects, am I going to get free airdrops to buy other projects, or must I keep money on the side? Yeah, you have to keep money on the side to invest in those projects. That's through the Crypto Knights launchpad. If you invest in the Crypto Knights crowdfund, the RWA NFT, if you buy those NFTs, you get the free airdrops, okay? We will really reveal all this information. And we have some surprises coming up as well. All right, so we can't keep giving free stuff all the time. So if you take part in RW NFT sale, you will get the free airdrops, all right? And we have random airdrops to the stakers as well in the different tiers, but that's a chance thing, not everybody. Jordan, hi Jordan, nice talking to you the other day. Thanks Jordan, thanks for the compliment. All right, we all need to work together. We all need to make this work. The team has been brilliant. I love working with Riaz. I love working with Damien, with Kenny, with Aman. We have some new team members as well. Katrina, she just joined. Amazing business development person. We got Cassie on the product side, and of course we have the team on the alt-right side. We have Jamie. We have Nelia, fantastic designer. Our team in Philippines. I love the team here. There's no politics. Sometimes we get angry with each other, but that's okay because we all love the project,
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, what else? You see any good questions?
Yeah, I can pop some up. Let's see. Let me see here.
NFT Schiller. What's your motivation on this project? Money, challenge? Both.
Yeah.
Both. I'm not going to lie. It's about the money. It's about the challenge. It's about doing something new in the space. It's about helping the creators to really get the story out there, without compromise, without the big networks and studios compromising on the story, So yes, of course, it's about money. It's about challenge. It's about the excitement. All these things. Let's get it all, right? Why compromise? Okay. Next question.
All right. Let me just see here. I have to scroll down now. I'm getting to the new ones. Let's see here. Okay. No new. I don't know if Caravan, you've been living under a rock, mate. Need to get under that rock, my friend.
No, it's okay. I mean, look, we've been feeding news to the community.
I'm joking.
All right, we've been feeding news to the community, but again, we haven't done the external push, external outreach, because the news we're going to push out there, first news coming out there is the sale of the Crypto Knights RW NFT. A new Web3 Shark Tank show is coming. You can be part of the show. You can invest, buy these NFTs, get the token drops. All right, that's the best thing to sell. If we sell all these utility stuff, people get a bit bored, But of course, the investors who are looking for that, they're coming in slowly, step by step. But we're gonna get simple, clear, simple stories out there for them, and that's the story we're gonna put out there, and that's the thing we're gonna work with other communities on Launchpad to promote. All right, so just hang in there.
Thanks, Caravan.
Mm.
Okay. How will the NFT staking work? Give the awesome work.
How will the NFT staking work? Our staking platform has got NFT staking. So you'll just have to go there and stake, right? Simple as that. The way you stake your tokens is the way you stake your NFTs. We'll create a guide for you guys and you'll know what to do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Is there anything else that pops out to you? Guys, you can still write your questions in. We're still here if you want to throw some questions out. Getting a lot of love from you, mate.
Hello, Joseph. Wish you much success. Thank you so much. Yep. I'm an alpha crypto, just FYI. Okay, Jason. Always good to meet alphas, right? And any of you who's listening in and you're staking 500,000 or more, if you go 500,000 or more tokens, make an appointment to talk to me, okay? Right? Because I want to explain to you how the right fund works and all that. I don't mind investing the time talking to you and explaining to you how that works, All right, so all good. Eduardo, I didn't understand why there's more CS than 151 million. Well, there is more because we can't keep being 151 forever. And since they hacked the calculation,
the migration.
Yeah, the migration. I mean, I'm not into the technical stuff. Okay, so I have some answers here, but we're trying to get CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap to quickly update this for us. They're not the fastest at updating these kind of things, and unfortunately, right, this is taking a little bit of time, but it's good that we keep releasing more and more tokens. That's the way it should be, and I want you guys to be able to see what's going to happen until the end of the year at least. I know that question keeps coming up, and that's an important question, right? So we want to get this information out there for you guys. But I'm just telling you right now, there's definitely more than 151 in circulation right now, okay? It's just that the updates with CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap is taking like forever, okay? But we're fixing it. We're fixing it, right? Yeah. Next question.
All right. There's one from Martin.
How will the movie show Launchpad work? Okay. You stake, you get allocation, okay? You get whitelisted. So you have to whitelist, come in and whitelist, and then we'll see how much allocation, how much you staked. We'll take a snapshot, and then we'll say this is your allocation. All right. And then when the sale is ready, you come in, you buy those NFTs. You can buy 1, you can buy 10, you can buy 1,000. Okay. The whole thing will come in and you will stake it, and it unlocks a whole bunch of benefits, right? That's basically how it works. You get rewards, you get tangible and intangible benefits, and each show movie is different. With Crypto Nights show, you get the airdrops of the projects on the show, which is the exciting part, right? So we'll raise for season 1, season 2, season 3, because every season we have production costs, all right? So that's how it works. I hope I answered the question. Yeah,
I think that's it, really. I mean, do we have any more questions? If there's one more question, we'll take a final question now. Thank you, CryptoBits.
Thank you.
I think that's it. I think we'll leave it at that. Good. We're coming up close to an hour. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Really, Joseph, thank you so much for really a super insightful AMA. Really, knowing your mindset and how you got to where you are and how you think and the vision you have for the future of the project is this has been very, very educational, and I think everyone's really, really, really happy to joined in and listen to you.
Yep, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to finally reveal myself. Actually, I'm always happy staying in the shadows. I never like being out there in the front. I've always been in very, very big projects, but the guy behind the scenes, this is really one of the first few times I'm actually coming out. You know, I don't know why I allowed that to happen, but I just did. Good to meet all of you and continue interacting with you guys in our chat. Okay.
Absolutely. And
All right.
guys, just so you're aware, the fun doesn't stop here. There's always stuff going on. We're always running things. We also have a Galaxy raffle with up to 500 USDT. That's up for grabs in the pool. So if you go to our Telegram or our Twitter, you'll be able to join from there, or just contact one of the team, one of the mods, or someone in the community. They'll be able to help you out, and we'll always be here to answer any of the questions that you have. So again, thank you everyone for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful evening or a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much, and take care. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks. And if you want to set an appointment, I see that question in there. Check with the mod. There's something that is a link where you can, fill it up, and the mods will help you. All right, they will help you. All right.
They're always around to help. Don't worry. So contact one of the mods.
Except when they're not around, but they're always around. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.